Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's flash webinar on how to effectively plan content with Loomly. Today, we'll break down the process of organizing your social media calendar to set you up for success. I'm Amanda from the Customer Success team, and I'll be your host. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A section of the webinar where my colleague Pete is happy to help. With that, let's dive in. At Loomly, we know that going from a blank page to creating a week or month's worth of engaging social media content can seem overwhelming. Just like with any big task, the secret is to break it down into smaller pieces. The first step is to start with what you know best, your brand. Take a look at what other businesses or organizations are doing in your space, or follow Loomly for inspiration. Then list topics that matter to your audience, such as upcoming launches and releases, special events like webinars and sales, existing product tutorials, brand or company milestones such as anniversaries, achievements, and awards, any major holidays, news sites, communities, or conferences in your industry. You can also plan out your content by category to allow room for creativity and being reactive to trends, which is key to staying relevant and gaining traction. To make life a little easier for you, Loomly allows you to create and add labels to your content to both categorize them and use them for campaign tracking in advanced analytics. Category examples can include humorous content, blog posts, product-focused posts, social holidays and events, educational content, brand, employee, and company behind the scenes, and more. To help move your content from the ideation stage to posting, you can save your topics, ideas, and categories as custom post ideas or notes in the Loomly library, which we'll show later on in this webinar. With custom post ideas, you can ensure your publishing schedule is filled with contextual ideas relevant to your brand. But what if you're still struggling with writer's block? Loomly's got you covered with hundreds of engaging events, festivals, and holidays in the post ideas view. You can learn more about each suggestion by clicking on the link or hovering over the eye for additional information. Plus, you can easily turn these ideas into posts with just one click or save them as placeholder drafts as you build out your editorial calendar. The next content planning tip we have is to create a library of visual assets and copy ahead of time, usually about a month in advance, so you always have fresh social media posts to share. Loomly's library makes this easy by giving you a central location to upload, store, and manage all of your content. You can organize and label your calendar's visual assets to easily sort, locate, and repurpose them for future campaigns. You can add photos, videos, create a slideshow, and more. Loomly's built-in media editor allows you to both edit your image and video files all in one place. You can crop, frame, apply and fine-tune any filters, and more directly from Post Builder or right in your library. We also have a two-way integration with Canva, so you can quickly import any visuals you have in the Loomly library to edit and optimize and then export the polished designs to schedule the post on any social media channel with even more platform-specific enhancements. Canva gives you access to a whole host of editing tools, including AI, or magic, as Canva likes to say, as well as templates, images, text, and so much more, meaning every post you share through Loomly will look that much better. If you don't have a visual designer or photographer on hand, then you can also access thousands of royalty-free images using Loomly's Unsplash integration, and then edit them in the asset view with Loomly Studio. Taking us back to the ideation phase at the beginning of the webinar, you can use notes to save text and links for later use. This is ideal when you come across a website that you find useful, or when someone in your team mentions an idea during a meeting, or as you jot down ideas for what content will appeal most to your audience. Another way to use notes is if you have the copy of a post ready to go, you can save it for later. Once you have a matching visual, you can always select your note and the associated media, and then create a post directly from Loomly Library. The description will be automatically used as the copy of your post, which you can edit as needed. Please note that you can create a post from multiple notes, and the descriptions will be combined to form the copy of the post. Last but not least, you can create post templates without committing to a scheduled date and reuse them whenever you need. This is great when you have an idea for a post but don't know yet when to publish it. This can also be super handy when you need a boilerplate for recurring posts that you want to regularly publish with minor tweaks like store hours or sales details. Now that we've covered all the ways you can ideate and draft content, let's move on to the post creation process by following the guided wizard of Post Builder. First, you'll need to decide how frequently you're going to publish content. In general, a higher amount of posts is better to keep your audience engaged, but quality is key, so we highly recommend being honest about how many high-quality posts you're able to commit to posting regularly. Once you've identified your ideal posting cadence, you can take advantage of Loomly's scheduling slots feature to set your preferred publishing schedule and save time when creating new posts in Post Builder. When you publish the same post to multiple platforms, you'll want to optimize for each channel, including updating content to meet technical considerations, community best practices, and audience expectations in order to maximize post performance. For instance, if you're publishing the post to Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, you might want to tag accounts and add alt text to images on Facebook, sprinkle in hashtags, tag products, and add a first comment for Instagram, or make the copy a bit more formal for LinkedIn. This is why when you create a post in Loomly, you start by defining your generic content that will be applied by default to all channels, and then customize that generic content for each platform. Once you're happy with all of your changes, you can choose whether to save your post as a draft, publish immediately, schedule in advance, or assign for approval if you're working as part of a team. You'll then be taken to the post view where you can collaborate on your content with other members of your team or clients using Loomly. Wrapping up, how to effectively plan content with Loomly in a nutshell. Each social media post has a simple life cycle, from inspiration and first mockups to creation and approval, and finally publishing and measuring performance to optimize for future campaigns. Loomly assists you with the entire process and helps you organize your content calendar far in advance to make your social marketing more manageable and less time-consuming. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please review our FAQ section for more information. If you feel like your question hasn't been answered on our FAQ, please feel free to contact our team either through our chat or over email at contact@loomly.com.